This is why I go to Nick as my barber, and nobody else.
All right, y'all, so this is gonna be a little different video than what I usually do. And one thing when it comes to health and wellness for me, I know a lot of times we think of things as just a fitness and a nutrition aspect, but I think a big value in health overall, just in how you approach life and how you view life and how you go about life. Grooming and your self-care is going to be a big benefit to making you just be able to overcome anything that you're going through, and also making sure that you're the best version of yourself. So in this video today, we got my barber, Nick, back here.
What's going on?
Nick is one of the, we'll say, better up-and-coming barbers, even though he's not up-and-coming at all. We give you guys a little look at his clientele. Nick's been doing this for a long time, man. He's a very solid dude. And today, we're just gonna talk to you guys just about just the grooming experience, the self-care experience, and probably give you guys a little bit better insight on why it's gonna be so important to keep you guys looking your best, feeling your best, so you can get the best results out of your health and fitness journey. So we're gonna get this cut in, man. We'll chop it up. All right, Nick, so we'll start with you first. We'll get into the health and wellness components kind of like as we go, but
For sure.
just to highlight you a little bit, talk to us a little bit about just your journey and your barbering life, what got you into it, and kind of like what's been your passion around the fitness and beauty lifestyle.
Let's go back with like high school.
Okay.
I ended my senior year like just trying out haircutting because I was always like artistic and like trying to figure out new ways of like doing art and stuff like that.
Okay.
And so my next step was trying to figure out like how can I elevate my craft or whatnot, because I used to draw a lot. And so I was thinking either I could start cutting hair or I could start tattooing. And so the clippers came first, so I started cutting, and I started cutting myself, and also started cutting my little cousin.
Wait, you cut yourself?
Yeah.
That's a skill in itself for me, because I don't know how. Of course I pay, because I ain't touching no clippers. But
Yeah, man.
nah, cutting yourself, is that easier for you than cutting other people's heads? Like, do you feel like that's enhanced your skill level with it?
I think cutting other people is easier for me.
Okay.
Being honest, because it takes longer for me to cut myself, and I feel like I want it to be so perfect, especially when I cut myself. And
Yeah.
I don't do it so often to the point where like it feels like second nature to me, like this does.
Yeah.
So I'd rather cut other people.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, if I had no choice, I would definitely cut myself every time now.
I rock with
So,
that.
yeah, but yeah, that's definitely how I started. I started cutting my little cousin, like literally I would cut him like every 2 days, every 3 days, just trying new stuff. And
Okay.
also because my uncle was cutting him bald already anyway,
Oh.
so it wasn't like, you know,
A big deal.
a big deal. So if
you
I had
mess
messed
something
up,
yeah, he just
cut him bald. So it was easy for me. So
That is funny.
I was just practicing on him all the time, and quite frankly, I was like never really. I didn't feel like I messed up like that bad. You know,
Yeah.
obviously I didn't start great, but I didn't feel like. I felt like there was potential.
Yeah.
So I just started doing it, cutting my friends, and when I got to college, I started cutting in dorms and stuff like that. And then around 2020, when the pandemic happened, that's when I kind of like saw that there was gonna be a shift.
Yep.
And so at that point, I made the decision to quit school and quit my job, and decided to take a big risk and go full time into barbering.
Okay. Where were you
man.
working at before barbering?
I was working at a car dealership.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Were you like a salesman?
Yeah, I was a salesman. I was on the, they call it BDC team, which is like the online sales.
Yeah.
At first, and then eventually started selling cars.
Okay. I did not know that, actually.
Yeah, man. So that's what I was doing first, and I was also at school. And then when the pandemic happened, that's when I decided like I'm gonna take this full time and go full throttle with it.
And look at where you at now. Ain't nobody complaining about
God is
that.
good. God is good. That's all I can say, man.
I will say too, who are, I know you cut a lot of big time clients.
Mm-hmm.
Who would you say, not to put anybody on blast, if you don't say your name, we're just gonna put that out there. Who do you think are some of your favorite, we'll say, just quote unquote celebrity clients that you do cut that you feel like have supported you the most and that you know have rocked with you that kind of like help propel your brand to where it's at now?
I would say, I mean, I feel like most people know this, but I would definitely say Kai Cenat would be like a favorite, and the reason being is because, like, I think the loyalty, first off, like I've been cutting him since 2021, and that was before that was right when he started streaming.
Yeah.
And so he was a big YouTuber. I mean, everybody knew of Kai Cenat.
Yeah.
Well, most people did. But when he started streaming, that's really when he took the world, by storm and started making a big name for himself.
Yep.
And as he's doing that, I was also putting my grind in. So we both kind of grew together, which made it like, obvious. It made it super obvious. So his name and me cutting him obviously has helped my business a lot.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a favorite for sure.
That's what's up. And Kai, if you
sure.
just happen to see this, I'd love to do some content with you. I'm just happily throw that plug out there. So if you just feel like it, you see this, just know I'd love to connect with you. I actually know a few people that know of you, Kai. So this is my shameless plug in there. I ain't mad at it. But do what you got to do.
And also my guy Darnell Mooney.
Okay.
I've been with Mooney for about 4 years now. So that really when I started cutting. So and he plays for Atlanta Hawks now. So
Okay.
yeah, that's my guy.
That's what's up. All right, Nick. So
Talk to me.
I had a thought about this because I know for me, anybody that knows me will tell you, I have always been passionate about like my appearance and grooming.
Yep.
That's why it made absolute sense to me that I became in the profession that I did and wanted to look good and feel good because it's always been just a thing of mine. I spend hours on my hair when I don't need to. Anybody that knows me will tell you this. It's a process with me. I'm taking that serious. But to me, I feel like grooming and like your self-care does so much for your confidence specifically.
I agree.
That I know for me, like I wouldn't be the healthy person that I am if I felt like I wasn't at or looking at my best.
Yep.
Which is why I keep as you know, I keep a real routine with all my haircuts and all my process. I want to ask you, what's kind of like your take on how you feel with like your clients that get regular haircuts versus ones that don't get regular haircuts? Do you feel like the ones that get haircuts regularly with their life, their goals, and their plans, do you feel like that kind of is elevated as opposed to the people that kind of like come in every other month and they're a little bit lazy with it and just like kind of like where their trajectory in life is headed? I wanted to ask a barber this because I always felt like the people that really
That's a great question.
keep themselves groomed, I know just generally have higher aspirations and do a lot better in life. So what's your take on that?
That's an amazing question because I feel like I've also observed that and I've kind of like put myself, in everybody's shoes, trying to figure out like exactly what, everybody's like motive is behind getting a haircut.
Yeah.
And I feel like what you said is very true as far as like, if you keep yourself groomed, it definitely speak high volume of, your character as far as like how you take care of yourself and how you view yourself, how you want people to view you, and what the first impression should be like. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And also just maintaining high hygiene. Just to make sure like like your first impression is always right, because as a business owner or even like salesman or anything in particular that you do that you have to be represented well.
Yep.
You have to upkeep a great hygiene or a great haircut.
Yep.
So I definitely agree with you because I feel like the people that do get haircuts less, they typically don't like have high expectations for themselves in a sense. And sometimes I can't speak that for everybody because everybody is different, and also everybody's situation is different, and especially if you're a college kid or if you in high school. I can't really speak on that because the funds are not the same.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's like I can't really say much about them because they might really want to get haircuts all the time, but they sometimes just can't afford it.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So because it is it can add up pretty quick.
Yep.
You know, so yeah, it's definitely a different perspective, but I feel like if you are you know at a decent age and you have a stable job and you're not maintaining a haircut, like I feel like you definitely not aiming high enough because I try to keep my haircut as clean as possible.
Yeah.
And I know when I don't, like even my wife would tell me like it's a direct reflection. Like if I'm being stagnant and I'm not like, you know, taking care of myself, I know for a fact I'm not like pushing myself forward to be the best. And it might happen because of responsibilities or anything else of that kind of sort. But whenever you do let that go, a lot of times you're not focused for real.
That's how I
So
feel.
yeah, man, I agree with you.
It just depends because I know, of course, like your situation and your, you know, haircuts aren't cheap these days,
Right,
especially
right.
you know, post COVID because everybody's feeling inflation
Post-COVID,
and
there you
everything
go.
right now.
There you go.
And quite frankly, you know, for a good barber, especially one that's like of Nick's caliber, that you know is pulling a certain clientele and at a certain level of skill set, you know, it's gonna be the same thing with anything, right? The
Yeah.
value of you is gonna be a lot different. So you're not gonna be the cheapest barber out in the world, as you shouldn't be.
Right.
So
And I definitely think it's also because of the competition level.
Yeah.
And also like the skill level that is required now is much higher than it was back then.
Yep.
It's because of social media, so much exposure,
Yeah.
and so many ways that you can enhance a haircut to make it look better and make it obviously like just make it better in general.
Yeah.
I feel like it raised the competition up and also just the barber lifestyle now. Like people are able to see it now. People are able to see behind the scene of a barber life, and I feel like it inspired a lot of people to actually become barbers now.
And it's
too.
dope. Like, man, I can tell you right now, I bet you, hold on. Let me search this up while we on here. I bet you if we go down my Instagram search feed, dog, I promise you, you have no idea how much. See all this?
Yeah,
Nothing but barber
content.
This is
That's
about-
what I'm saying,
this is
bro.
about all-
It's
I be
insane.
I get consumed by barbers. I always love seeing like the process of
Yeah,
like
man,
the
it's insane.
beginning to end and how that goes. So like,
It's
I'm not
insane.
kidding. Like I watch and consume so much barbering content, and it makes no sense.
And also, before you move on to, I wanted to add, cause I feel like I forgot that part about like the question that you asked as far as like, you know, if somebody gets haircut often,
Yeah.
or the other way around. I feel like sometimes too, there's people that want to focus on something, and they set a goal for themselves, and they say like, okay, I might go 3-4 months without a haircut up until I hit this goal.
That
You
is
know what I'm
true.
saying? So for everybody, it's a little different.
Yep.
Because I mean, I went through this with one of my clients. He plays in the NFL. He was going to training camp, and he didn't get a haircut the whole time. So and that's because like he's like, okay, I'm like focused right now. A haircut is not a priority right now. You
Yep.
know. So it's different for everybody. But I feel like if you are in front of the camera a lot, that's gonna be a representation of you, and it, you know, I just feel like you have to upkeep like a great haircut,
Yep.
no matter what. But if you're focused, I can't penalize that because when you're focused, like that's something you can actually like take, take the stress off it.
Yeah. You were the best person for me to ask this question to because I know your clientele. And like one thing you always see with a bunch of people that, you know, are in the 7 and 8 figure range and up,
Yeah.
I always see them in correlation with that if they're, you know, if they're black. Of course, well, you know, some white people probably gonna go to barbers too now these days because white dudes got lineups now. It's a different day. But
Yeah, man, I be lining them up, bro.
I always see like on their stories or whatever, they're always like posting stuff about getting their hair cut some weekly, and I'm like, dang, what do you need a haircut every week for? Like that's weird. I think I seen something with Odell the other day. He was talking about he was getting lineups every week. I'm like, bro, your hair texture looks perfectly fine. You could probably go 3 weeks without getting a haircut, you straight. So
Yeah, I cut
Always-
Kai every week.
you do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I always wondered that correlation with people, but you know, Kai's in front of camera
All day long.
like, all day. So for his lifestyle, I definitely could understand that part,
Definitely.
for sure. But that's a good perspective. I wanted to ask that because I wasn't sure if you saw that alignment or not.
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk about you though. Of course, you cut everybody
Yeah.
else's, but your health and fitness journey, because I know over the last couple of weeks we talked about this.
Yep.
What's
we sure did.
what's kind of like your goals been now that you're trying to get yourself back in the gym, and how do you feel like your own health and your own fitness habits will kind of like help you enhance what you do as a barber?
Man, it has a great like impact on what I do. So before I came and did this barber thing full time, I was a gym rat. Like when I said gym rat, I was in the gym like twice or 3 times a day sometimes.
Okay.
And that was like with me being in school and also me having a job, and me and my buddy me and my buddy Kyle, we used to be in the gym all the time.
Yeah.
And we actually even started like a whole kind of like community thing. Even like kids that we went to school with started coming with us. Other kids that went to school in the county started coming to work out with us.
Okay.
It actually became a big thing, and at the time, I was very fit. I had just stopped playing basketball.
Now you ain't too bad now, so not act like you've gone too far
Man,
off the rails.
I did. I can't even lie, because when I started cutting full time, when I tell you, like, I was tunnel vision, I was focused.
Yeah.
I completely stopped working out. Like
Okay.
I literally completely stopped working out. I can't say that. I mean, because I'm tall, so it kind of like distributes very well.
Yeah.
But I did start working out fully because I was so busy, like house calls, traveling. It was just too much. I could never fit in working out or even trying to maintain a healthy lifestyle.
Okay.
But
We doing better now though.
we on a better tone
got it.
now.
We
We on a
got
better
it.
tone now.
We
So
got it.
me and my wife, we, shout out wifey. Shout out you, baby.
Yeah.
But yeah, me and my wife now, we on our health journey now. So that's something that we take very seriously. We're very passionate about it.
Okay.
We started, I think, about 2.5 months ago. And we just made the commitment to, like just make our lifestyle better.
Yeah.
And obviously I have like weight goals that I want to hit and stuff like that, but I told her specifically that I wanted it to be a lifestyle change, not just for a period of time, but really for life. And so that's something that we take very seriously, like I was saying. But since then, I think it's been 2.5 months. I've lost 15 pounds.
Okay.
And,
Look at that.
Yeah, man.
Look at that.
I got 25 more pounds to go. So
Okay. Slow steps. So
yeah,
but
slow
we
steps.
getting there. You
Slow
on the right
steps.
path.
We locked in. We locked in. So
Okay.
I've been going to Burn Boot Camp. I don't know if anybody knows about Burn Boot Camp, but it's very great. It's HIIT training workouts that you do 45 minutes out the day. You can do it. There's like time intervals. You can go twice if you want to, but that 45 minutes is gonna kick you. I
Yep.
promise. I burn about 600 to 1,000 calories per
Don't worry,
workout.
guys. He'll be coming to me soon.
You know,
We'll let
it's
him get through
coming.
his-
It's
We'll let him
coming.
get through his burn boot camp.
I got
sooner or
to
later.
get that boot camp out the way first,
He'll
Gotta
be
get
with me in no
the
time.
basics.
Don't worry. Don't
And
worry.
then, but yeah, so that's what we've been doing, and also just changing our eating habits, lowering our calorie counts, and also lowering the carb intake that we have, and also like just making sure we eating high protein and keeping a well balanced diet. Honestly, I think that's the key that we're trying to hit.
I like that. Hold on,
But
stop
yeah,
real quick.
so I think it's a direct reflection, like I said, to what I do, because I stand on my feet all day
Yep.
when it comes to working. And so I want to make sure like I'm healthy at the end of the day, and I provide for my family as a man. Like, you want to be healthy
Yep.
because you want to protect and provide for your family. The last thing you want to do is having to take yourself out of it and not being able to provide and protect,
Yeah, I feel
So
it.
you got to make sure that you take care of yourself, making sure that you keep up with that, just so you can be there for your family.
All right, Nick. So we've heard a little bit about your health and wellness and fitness goals that you got, right? So outside of that, what do you think are kind of like your next steps? So a lot of y'all don't know, Nick just got a whole new space. This is actually not even his original space that he was in. He has changed a lot with kind of like what he's doing. So what are kind of like your goals that you got moving forward just for your business and for barbering? And how do you feel like your health and fitness journey is going to kind of like enhance that and help you as you continue to move up in life?
I feel like it's a new season for me right now, right? It's a new season. It's fresh water, and it's you know, an overflow of different things that I'm feeling in my soul and overall, you know, and it's
like
kind of
that.
like, you know, just taking over everything that I have going on right now. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And so, in that same token, I feel like, because I had that same conversation with wifey, and I felt like I needed something to be planted in, right?
Yeah.
And mainly, obviously, is my relationship with God. That's one thing that I wanted to make sure I grow in,
Yeah.
like heavily. And then the other one was the fact that working out was always my safe place.
Yeah.
It was always a place for me to regroup and also like actually like feel like I'm rejuvenated. And a lot of people love having like taking like self-care as to like, you know, rest or, you know, go get a facial, massage or whatever.
Yeah.
Me is working out.
Yep.
And that literally is an outlet for me to be able to, you know, like kind of like regroup, like I said. And so I told her straight up, like my health journey is gonna have to look exactly like what my business is gonna look like.
Yeah.
So if I want to grow with my business, I have to get my fitness together.
Yep.
Just as much as I'm getting my relationship with Christ together. So it's the same thing. Like with my business, I had a different room. It was a nice room. I had just got it done not too long ago, and everybody loved it.
Yep.
But
it was cool for me too.
you know what I'm saying? But the
wasn't
thing
bad.
is, with me, I don't like being stagnant.
Yeah.
And I feel like with a business, you can get stagnant very easy.
Yep.
And in this industry that I'm in right now, you can't be stagnant.
Yeah.
It's moving very quickly, and there's a lot of people that are actually really good at this job.
Way better than I think there was like when we was in high school.
Come on, man.
10 years ago.
A
getting
year
a
ago.
haircut. Yeah.
2 years ago.
It's enhanced, bro.
But it's so much better now, and I'm literally on social media now watching, and I'm like, yo, everybody's
like
good. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like this is really competitive.
Yeah.
So it'll like if you want to get into barbering nowadays, it'll intimidate you
Yeah.
a little bit. But there's room for everybody.
I feel that.
You know, but at the same time, at the top, there's not room for everybody. So it's like you have to put yourself in a position to excel and being able to, you know, do the things that everybody else is not willing to do. And so one of those things is juggling, you know, my business, obviously my family, which
Yeah.
come first, and then my business, and then also my health journey. Because all three of those, you balance those well, there's no way you're not gonna be successful.
Yeah.
And they all feed off each other. So if you're lacking in the fitness area, if you're lacking in the family area, there's a greater chance that your business is not gonna go up.
Yeah.
Because you're never gonna be fulfilled.
Yeah.
So it's like that balance for me is mandatory. And then as far as the business goes, like I have so many goals for this business, man. My number one priority that I want to make sure I hit within the next year or two is having salon suites.
Okay.
Which is what we in right now. But I'm renting my suite right now. But I want to own like suites where I can rent it out to other people. Which is why like I moved from the other suite to this one.
Yeah.
And every time I do move, I intend to get a better, bigger space and also a better like aesthetic. And so with that, it's like this room that I'm in right now. I don't know, like
You never know. It's cool right now. I mean, you look around, but I like the vision though.
Most definitely. So it's
I like it, man.
Yeah, it's like I have to keep myself busy, and like to grow, you have to get uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And so I felt comfortable in that room, and I was like, okay, something got to change.
Yeah.
And like I go into a more expensive place just to be able to be like, okay, you know what? There's some fire I got to put up under me.
Yeah.
I'm making a sacrifice, but I got to elevate. You know, and to elevate, you got to make a sacrifice. So that's what comes with the game.
Listen, man, I love it, bro.
What comes with it?
I know you got a lot, man.
Yeah, there's so much more, man. But that's kind of like the foundation.
I know, at least like for me,
Talk to
y'all space, like it's a interest for me. It's a passion for y'all.
Sure.
But I know futuristically, because for Honor Your Temple, for any of you guys that's been following my YouTube channel anyway, my main phrase and slogan is, you only get one life and you only get one body, and you maximize that by your faith and your relationship with God being your foundation first, as well as your health and your fitness. And I know for me, God willing, the channel gets to where I wanted to get to. We can start doing bigger and better things. Beauty and skincare and any type of, wellness products are going to be a big thing down the line.
Yep.
Is that something that you think you would want to get into from a product standpoint, or do you more so want to get into the real estate and the renting and owning suites and maybe even having, different buildings where, of course you're giving barbers an opportunity to make their coin and make their living? Or do you want to do both? Have you ever had an interest in that?
No, I definitely do want to do both.
Okay.
I feel like the main thing I'm also focusing on right now as well is the content creating aspect of it.
Okay.
Because when you really think about it, like as a barber or even like any profession that you do partake in as far as like skill wise, it's like content creating can pay you more for it than actual clientele.
Man, this is why we grinding this out.
So it's like,
bro, seriously.
so it's like
seriously.
One of the focus that I'm on right now is content creating, because that's what always has elevated my business.
Yeah.
And so now it's like, okay, I got to put a little bit more focus into it, which is why we have this big old window right here.
Yeah.
So it's giving me more natural lighting, and it's giving me more of a different aesthetic to be able to make my content a little bit different than everybody else's. So that's just the strategy that I came up with. So yeah, that's like one of the things that I wanted to focus on. But once you start building that brand over in the content creating world, that's when you're able to sell better when it comes to products and everything like that. So you gotta set that foundation, which is for me content creating. And once you do that, you have a platform, and once you have that platform, you can sell anything.
It's up from there.
So at that point, I can either sell the properties, like I said, and I can also sell products. It's a win-win for everybody.
I got to shout out all of like the barbers that may come across this, that y'all guys are doing stuff. Y'all's content be lit. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I know Nick is a small cog in many of y'all, but
No, for real though.
to all y'all barbers out there, man, that are like really making quality content and giving quality service, I salute all of y'all, because y'all are needed. Again, like, as if I were to show y'all my explore page,
I was about to say, trust me, he sees y'all.
I genuinely watch a lot of y'all barber content, man, because I just know for me too, with clients, man, I notice just how much better even they come in and feel by the service that y'all give. Just somebody that even works in the health and fitness world.
Yep.
Like y'all have no idea what you kind of do for people, and the confidence that you give them, and the way that y'all enhance not just their look and some people their finances, but their relationships with their loved ones, the people around them, like everything they do and what you guys do. I salute all of you guys, and I promise y'all, I'm tuning in. So some of y'all barbers have no clue. I've seen a lot of y'all's content. I could say the other one in Atlanta, for sure, who I've seen recently, who I definitely think is dope, is Coco. Coco, I'm not sure if you even follow Nick, but
Coco.
You're a female barber, and female barbers, those were not really in abundance ever, really, growing up. But I just recently actually came across your page. I gotta shout you out. You are super dope. I love the content that you do as well. So
She does like talking content, right?
Yeah,
I think I've come across it.
I seen the video with her brother, I think, the other day. It was with her brother and then somebody else that came in. She had like got a lineup. She lost a bet.
Yeah.
And somebody came in and did her own lineup.
She's dope. I've seen her content. She's dope. She's dope.
But all y'all, man, I salute what you do, and Coco, you keep doing your thing, because
No, shout out
you
to the
actually
female
do.
barbers, man.
Yeah,
Shout
especially as a female, well, I got to specifically shout you out because you dope.
No, definitely. When I tell you, man, this this field has grown so much, man.
It has.
Females just they have a certain expectation when it comes to catering to female,
that's true.
right? And when it comes to like getting a facial, when it comes to like getting a massage, they just like their profession just caters to them.
I think
You know what I'm saying?
because women like they're man, we'll get a haircut.
Yeah,
in
bro,
the garage,
whatever.
bro. Like,
Yeah,
as long
it
as it
don't
look
matter.
good, it's cool.
You know what I'm saying?
Women, they like
The aesthetic.
Yeah.
They gonna want the aesthetic. They gonna want the nice vibes. They gonna come in. Why they want some champagne? You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. But it's like, but it's like as a man, it's usually like, you know, like we know barbershops is usually, but barbershop has elevated a lot. But
Yeah.
it's just like having a suite or even, you know, knowing how to elevate it and seeing like how hairstylists do be accommodating their clients. Like, you know, has kind of like helped me in a sense like, okay, like there are certain things that you need to do for your clients.
Yeah.
Where it's like a female, it's like, it's not only a female can get that treatment. You know what I'm saying? A man can get good self-care too, you know?
I think it adds to your value too. So you could like say, hey, so
There
like
you
say
go.
if you want to go up from your current price to say an extra
That's how you do it.
$5-10, okay.
Yeah. How can
Why
you, how can
is
you
this
do that?
barber charging
Yeah.
X amount of money? It's like, well,
But it's
this
a
is the
different
value
experience.
that you're gonna get. This is what you're gonna pay for.
There you go. You get what you get what you pay for.
Absolutely. All right, Nick. I know y'all see the haircut's done. I ain't seen it yet, but I know it probably looks just fine. But last thing, I know, you know, the whole purpose for me in this video was just to encourage anybody, because I know a lot of people that are gonna probably watch or see my channel, I know probably deal with or struggle with possibly, I'm not gonna say all of y'all, but possibly, you know, with just a lack of confidence and a lack of, you know, just not really, what's the right word I want to say for this? Your self-image and how you see yourself can be tainted just due to how you what you're presently seeing in the mirror.
Yeah.
And I really want to make this video and encourage you guys, because I know if you are in that place and you feel like you just haven't gotten a haircut in a while, or you don't really have that connection with somebody that does your self-care and your grooming, like how I do with Nick and how many others do with their barbers, you will notice real quick they become like your second family, because you communicate with them all the time. And barbers are a lot like trainers. We don't get a lot of free time because in a service business like this, you get paid to give a service. And if you're not here to give a service, especially one like barbering, way more so than training, because like, you know, I can send you a program online. I can't cut your hair online. So there's a lot of time in that. So I just wanted to hear this from Nick. What do you think are probably the top thing that you would look for in a barber? And what is it that you would say to somebody that maybe hasn't taken their grooming seriously, that may be struggling with their self-image, to encourage them to actually find that barber that really works for them and works well for them?
So as far as like for someone that, you know, like that is lacking confidence, or that may haven't gotten a haircut in a, you know, in a little bit of time, and stuff like that, and even like trying to find a new barber, especially if you just moved or you're just not satisfied with the barber that you are currently getting service from. I think nowadays it's very easy to find a new barber, especially with social media, the way that, you know, the algorithm and everything works. I think it's very easy to find a new barber, but absolutely looking for, absolutely you need to look for certain things in a barber that would fit your, you know, caliber. But I think you should definitely be looking into obviously the environment that the barber brings you into, because that's key. That speaks volume of their character, and then also just overall skill set. So like I said, there's a lot of competition and there's a lot of like great barbers out there. So I feel like the standard is a little bit higher now. So it's kind of like you can get a great haircut from a lot of people, but at the end of the day, the overall service has to be, you know, appealing for, you know, whoever is coming to get the haircut. So at that same token, like anybody can give you a haircut, but you gotta be understanding of what environment you're getting into, and because it is a long-term relationship, and like he said, like they become your second family. Because barber, you can become a therapist real quick, or you can become the best friend, or you can become, you know, just, I don't know, like that person's next best friend. I don't know, but it's like you play a major role on people's confidence, and also like and also just their overall appearance. So I think every barber should take that job very seriously. And you know, piece of advice I would give to any barber out there that is trying to elevate their game, I'll tell you to not get comfortable, because it's easy to get comfortable in this game, especially with the fact that like you can gain success very quick in this game. There's a lot of people now that wants a haircut, that wants a good haircut, so they pay whatever for it. So you can get very comfortable with, you know, like a quick little success. So, but there's always a bigger picture. So don't get comfortable. Always try to elevate yourself. Because me, when I got into this game, I didn't know that I was gonna be with all the celebrities that I've been with. I didn't know I was gonna be, you know, traveling for barbering like I do. Like tomorrow, I'm about to go to Puerto Rico to do a wedding. So it's like they find me out there to go do a wedding. So like I didn't know that was a part of barbering. And then also like, you know, the celebrities, or even like just the environments that you are in to be able to, you know, get to the next level. Like I didn't know all of that stuff. So it's like, don't get comfortable, and making sure that you are representing yourself the best way possible with, you know, even keeping a haircut, or even like the environment that you bring your people in, the conversations that you have with people, because those conversations can carry on to help you down the line or help the other person, because like I said, it's a relationship and y'all both can gain from it, and you just want to make sure you represent yourself the best way possible. And then always sharpen your skills, because you can get very comfortable with just doing the day-to-day like muscle memory, but you gotta always keep yourself in check, because sometimes like you just don't know what you might be doing wrong, and then you catch yourself like, oh, I might need to fix this or change the way that I cut. But yeah, that's my 2 cents.
You said one big thing too for me, the environment that a barber makes. So one huge reason why I love Nick and to rock with Nick is just the environment, and finding a barber that was also a believer as well. So like there's a lot of barbers, of course, that you guys are all skilled, but I think the one that you connect with most is one that also aligns with your values and where you're trying to go at in the space mentally, especially where you want to be at in life. And Nick aligns with me in all areas in that, man. So you'll probably see him around a little bit more videos and everything that we do. But man, I'm excited to have done this video. Nick, we appreciate you for the cut and everything, man. And appreciate all you guys for tuning in, man. I know this is a very different video than what you will normally see on my channel, but I know how much, you know, health and wellness is a bigger picture than just fitness and training. And I wanted to get a big in-depth into the grooming aspect of it, because I know for somebody, this can be a big benefit to you and helping you even get you to the gym, because you feel like you look better now to where you want to be seen to even go. So even if that seed gets planted enough, that video or this video would have been a success for me. So just want to thank you guys for tuning in, man. You know the deal. If you guys want to rock with this community, you guys like the message of Honor Your Temple, you know, we only get one life to live, and I believe we maximize that just by focusing on our foundation with God first and increasing our health and our fitness. We have those two foundations together. I believe everything else that you want to do and accomplish in life, you can do it to the fullest capacity in which, you know, God wants you to. So if you guys want to become a part of this community, we'd love for you guys to subscribe and hit the bell notification, man. And hope you guys enjoyed this. Leave all feedback in the comments below. And if you want to see Nick, I will drop all of his information below, his Instagram, his socials, where he cuts at. You guys, he's very easy to get in contact with. So if you guys are looking for a barber in Georgia, we definitely will recommend Nick. And thank you guys for tuning in. See you in the next one. Exactly what I do. My dog, my bro. Nick, man, best barber in the game, bro. We appreciate you, man. Everything
appreciate
you
coming through, man.
No doubt, bro.
For sure.